Hey, what is up, everyone? Today I'm going to talk about why owning nothing and being happy is coming true for many. In fact, it's all that except not being happy. So, we are currently living in a society of renters where we are perpetually on a subscription model. If you think about it, ask yourself how many things do you actually own outright? And yes, a lot of the small stuff we probably own outright. But think about bigger things. Think about your car. Think about your house or your apartment. Think about, you know, many, think about your music collection or your video game stuff. And I've noticed that we are perpetually on this model, and I realize I'm like, wait, I actually don't own any of this music, any of these videos, any of this content, any of it. I don't like that feeling at all. I have to pay this subscription next month to get access to it. So I'm forever dependent on the whims of the company, not to do a huge price increase on me. And so I'm at the point right now where after 4 years of paying for Game Pass, so Game Pass, just to let you guys know, it's kind of like Netflix, but for video games. So you can pay, it started off with 15 bucks a month. You pay 15 bucks a month, and then you can essentially be able to play games. Any game, pretty much, day one. And you get access to so many different things. And, then they increased it to $22 about, I would say, a year later. And then this year they increased it to 30, a 50% increase. Did I get 50% more? Nope. I literally get the same amount that I've always been getting. But I'm paying 30 bucks a month. If you think about it, a video game is what, 70 bucks? So after 2 months, I can just own the game. And so the same thing with over a decade of Spotify payments. I have 10 years. What is that? So 12 months in a year, 10 years, that's over 120 months, right? I mean, probably more like 150 to 200 months because it's been a long time I've been subscribed. With cloud storage, it's the same thing, and the fitness and the food and the education, Udemy, like everything. When you truly look back and look at the whole picture, it's like one by one, it's not a lot. It's like $5 here, 20 bucks there, 15 bucks there. But if you take a step back and you look at, hey, I could have put this money into this, or this instead, but you put it on a subscription, are you really getting the value out of that subscription? And at the end of it, when you own a movie, you can at least play it as many times as you want. At the end of a subscription, you don't get anything at the end of it, except a memory of what you saw or used in that subscription. So we're moving to a society of perpetual renting, not true ownership. And that's the sad thing that I think many people are coming to realize, especially when these big price increases happen unilaterally. I think it's important that we look back, we look at all of our outlays every month and ask ourselves, what can we downsize? What do we really need? If I'm going to spend $20 to $50 to $100,000 over these subscriptions throughout my life, are you okay with that? Are you okay with owning nothing in the end? I kind of also realized this with the whole 50-year mortgage, 15-year auto loan example. I'm like, wait a second here. They're trying to stretch the payments out forever. So maybe the payment will go down a little bit. But that'll make you so you're forever renting from the bank. With a 15-year auto loan, are you really going to be driving your car 15 years from now? People will never own their cars. That's ridiculous. So I think these products are rolling out because it actually helps the elite, the bankers, the shareholders, the private equity companies, those that hold assets, and it actually hurts those that don't. So I think, owning a home, it may not always make sense if you're doing it and you're putting a small down and you got the taxes, maintenance, insurance, etc. But you're perpetually a renter no matter what. Whether you own that house outright, you're going to be paying those taxes forever, that maintenance, that insurance, that HOA forever. So, you may be better off just being a renter because you're screwed either way, right? You're never really a full owner of something. So as I'm 30 and I'm thinking of renting again, I'm kind of going down that thought. I'm like, okay, if I get a 30-year mortgage and I'm 30, I'm going to be 60 when I pay it off. Oh my God. Can you put a 50-year mortgage? I'd be, wow, 80 years old. How do I know if I'm even going to live that long? You never know. Maybe I hope I live that long. I hope I live longer. But I'm just saying, like, that's ridiculous. We've constructed this whole debt servitude society. And I don't want to be a renter when I'm 70, 80, 90. I want to sit and not have to make outlays every month. And I want to be able to own my stuff. I don't want to feel like I am always at the whims of the company for a unilateral price increase. So I think this whole Klarna Afterpay thing is ridiculous. Like, yeah, I get the benefits of it. Like, you can spread out the payment over a longer period and you don't need to pay the full upfront cost. But, it's seductive, but I don't think people look at that big picture. It's seductive because what would normally be a $60 purchase or a $100 purchase, instead it's 4 payments of $25, right? So I'm really like starting to ask ourselves, are all these products that kind of stretch the payment out, that's not to benefit us. Yes, it gives the illusion that it's benefiting you. It feels like it's benefiting you over the short run. But in reality, it's part of that whole cohort of you will own nothing and you will be happy. And that's why you should really try to pay cash on the barrelhead for everything you can. Even if they say, oh, it's 0% financing. Like, read the dotted line, guys. Read the fine details. You never know. There could be some catch. It could make you feel like you're affording something that you shouldn't. Like, I hear that all the time. Look, Paul, I got this car, 0% financing. I'm like, okay, that's because you paid MSRP. If you paid fair value for that car, you would be paying 8-9%, right? They gave you that 0% because you paid above the price, the true intrinsic value of that car. Oftentimes there's dealer incentives too, but that's because they're selling it at a higher cost, right? So I don't know. I'm just kind of at the point where I'm realizing with our software on our phones, with the entertainment on the TV, with the food. There's food subscriptions, guys. Can you believe that? There's food. I even did Freshly back in the day. They went bankrupt, but there's food subscriptions. There's every type of subscription you can imagine there is. And the one that probably pisses me off the most, it's only like $5 a month. It's the iPhone cloud storage. Because my phone doesn't have enough. And yeah, I can go through and spend a long time trying to delete and get rid of things. But the point I'm trying to make is they kind of hold you hostage a bit, because I don't want to cancel that because I don't want to lose access to the photos. Well, now I need to keep buying more memory it's just this never ending loop. So not owning anything, you got to ask yourself, who in this system is designed to win? Who is winning? And so if you don't own anything, it means the winners are the companies. The shareholders of the companies, they're the winners. The elite, they're the winners. The asset holders, they're the winners. All these people, they're winning because you are on that perpetual subscription model. And until we come to the point where we say enough is enough and just cancel everything, if there's a movement where everyone just cancels everything at the same time, we're not going to see progress, because they always find a way to suck you back in. They're taking more and they're giving you less, and they're taking more and they're giving you less. So, think about, okay, here's another funny one. Microsoft Word, like, come on guys, let's be real here. It's just a Word software, right? Like, how do you really need them to be making tons of changes on Microsoft Word every year? Like, really? No, we don't need 50 changes and a software engineer dedicated to doing all that stuff. But they charge for Word and all the others like $150, $200 a year or something crazy for 365. And it's like, can I just have regular Word? Like 2005 Word, 2007 Word. I don't need like all this stuff. I just want to literally use back to basics Word. I don't need a software engineer making all these improvements to it. Word is Word. Like, come on, we've gotten to this point ourselves, guys, because we keep paying for it. We keep paying for it. I get it. People need their salaries. People need to get paid. But guess what? The real people getting paid are the shareholders. So try to opt out of subscriptions where you can. The average person is a loser in this situation. The average winner is the shareholder. You, as the person, are on the hamster wheel, enjoying the content. But if you look back and you take that step back and you look at all the money you're outlaying over the course of your life, you start to realize, wait a second. Yeah, it could be fun for a second, but I have to keep running on this treadmill. If I don't keep running, then it's going to all come to an end. So there's no way, in my opinion, to be that happy person on the hamster wheel. It's just a constant annoyance, because that hamster can never jump off. That hamster cannot just chill. They have to keep going on that hamster wheel. So a lot of people in our society, they're really trying to own. They want to own more. And, I think we're at that point. I'm seeing it. Physical media is taking a comeback. Like, if you look at GameStop, they're really advertising, like, hey, you guys own the copies here. Like, people are realizing all these live service games, and I like live service games, don't get me wrong, but they can just pull the plug at any moment, and I really don't like that. People really want to own things. And they find it hard because they are in that paycheck to paycheck hamster wheel, and it's just a little bit of subscription every month. If I would have I almost want to calculate it right now while I'm on this with you guys. I've been paying $12 a month for 12 months for over 10 years. So I'll just say 12 years. So I probably spent $1,800 on Spotify subscriptions. If I would have just put that into CDs, and let's just say the average CD is, I don't know, $10. I could have bought 172 CDs and never had to pay for a subscription service again. You see where I'm coming here, guys? I could have bought so many CDs, but instead, I've been on this hamster wheel. It's like, oh, I can't get the latest. Well, is the latest that good? I don't know. Anyways, guys, point is, owning nothing is something that the elite want, because if you own nothing, then you're just a perpetual renter and you're a perpetual subscription. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please comment, rate, subscribe, like, and I'll be sure to see you in the next one.